Hey, it's your buddy, Peace and Harmony, here with you here today. Going over narcissistic rage and cognitive dissonance splitting. How do the two of these personality characteristics look when they're played out in a relationship? We've determined that being involved with a narcissist is a very taxing situation, very emotionally draining, very self-destructive, and has really been a life changer for a lot of people. And it's very important to learn the tools of understanding and dealing and coping with a narcissist or psychopath. If it's somebody who you can go no contact with, that is my number one recommendation. My recovery journal recommendation, I recommend that as well. I also recommend the tools to understanding and educating yourself about the disorder itself, and then how to get back and focus on you. So I know there's a lot involved in the process, and like any healing of any physical wound, I mean, it's going to take some time, it's going to take some TLC, it's going to take, the right antibiotic, it's going to take the right salve, it's going to take the right ingredients. So that is what we are all about on this channel. So cognitive dissonance and narcissistic rage. How does this look in a relationship when, this person is just acting out of rage for no reason? You're being friendly, you're being good to them just like you always are, and they lash out at you. They have irrational outbursts on a chronic basis, a continual basis, a consistent basis, and it's very trying and taxing for those who are in a relationship, or even, like a committed relationship with these people, because chances are they're going to abuse their supply source, and this often takes the form of narcissistic rage, which is just that. It's hostility, it's tension, it's a vile anger, it's a resentment, it's a alienation. I think is one of the best ways to do it is a push and pull. A push and pull. A push and pull of the narcissist. They're trying to pull you in with their anger. They're trying to push you away with their anger. It's just, you will not be able to maintain homeostasis and balance unless you're just a complete codependent and you allow yourself to get walked over. You live your life in silence. You do whatever it is that they say, and then you appreciate them for abusing you. If that's the life you're going to live, I think it's very sad. I think a lot of people, especially maybe in the older generation who had married a narcissist, and they just made their holy vows to be committed to them for their life entirety, and, there's your role. You are committed to this narcissist. You are their number one primary supply, and you're going to take often with time. I can imagine you're going to feel that you take a definite back seat to their secondary supply sources, because God only knows that narcissist in their life, they're going to have a lot of secondary supply sources. Churches, book groups, you name it. What kind of organization? How many organizations can you belong to? How many trips can you go on? How many shopping things can you buy? It's all their secondary supply, and that primary person, they have to, win their place as primary supply every single day, I would think. Really sad, really kind of sick. But anyway, the commingling of, the cognitive dissonance, the splitting, and then the rage. Now, we know from understanding cognitive dissonance and splitting that in the mindset, in the brain, in the physiology, the wiring, how their brain works, how their senses fire. In the brain, there are cells called neurons, and certain areas of the brain are stimulated and activated when we see certain things, or feel certain things, or remember certain things. So all these activities stimulate the brain. And the brain does have an opportunity to learn, so that's what education is, and that's what we call neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is the ability of the mind to be able to learn new things and kind of reformat and make new connections. It's kind of like making a new friend. You're making a new connection, and that's what happens in the mind. Well, sorry to be so scientific, but it is known that in the brain of the narcissist and in the psychopath, their brain centers do not activate in the same way that a normal healthy person does. They are prone to either or thinking, black or white thinking, all or nothing thinking. All or nothing meaning, everything is so peachy keen, everything is peaceful, life is a fairy tale, and then yet you find out that, they're dissing you behind your back, they have no commitment to you, they have no loyalty, they have no resolve, they have no care for you. They've got, 2 or 3 other affairs going on simultaneously. They're living with you, they're sleeping with you, they have a full-on relationship with you, but yet they're texting other people from the bed. They're going out for dates when they say that they're going to another meeting. It's just the whole escapade. They're able to turn, they have an either or, all or nothing thinking. And this cognitive dissonance, this cognitive splitting, this component within their physiology or neurophysiology, creates an ability for them to kind of compartmentalize what they have with one person, shut it off, and move on to the next. Stimulate that and then shut it down. And they just keep moving, they just keep rotating. And when you try to kind of like stand up for your normal relationship and you just try to be like, well honey, why can't we go out this weekend? And then all of a sudden they just fly off the handle, and it's just like not even a regular rage, it's more just like an explosion. I mean, they're just they're working their supply. It's just how it is. It's something that you've done. It's a very abnormal situation. So that's kind of a cursory understanding of the impact of their cognitive dissonance, the cognitive splitting, and the rage that you see within them. And if you watch the 2 other videos here, I hope it'll help make some sense, because I think it's a very important, I know it's kind of complicated concept to really understand, and if you're kind of a beginner in the healing, it might seem like a lot, or like really, psychological, but I think once you start to even just understand it a little bit, it'll start to really make sense when you kind of think back about what has occurred to you and what has happened. I think hopefully it should help explain these things, because I think that's part of the healing process, is understanding exactly what went on. Once you can understand what went on, it's like, that's what went on. I mean, I went through all this, and you know what? I'm not a bad person. This is not my fault. And I don't deserve this. I didn't warrant it. It's like A plus B does not equal C. Like, I was good. I was here. I should not. A plus B shouldn't be equaling D right now. I mean, it's just it should not have occurred. So I'm very passionate about the path to healing for you. I really want you to get some of the knowledge and understanding that's going to help it all make sense. So I hope when you kind of consider this, realize that rage and that criticism and all the judgment and all the mistreatment and the lies and the double life and the triple life that they have, is not because of you. You did nothing wrong. You are wonderful. You are magnificent. You did not underserve them. You are not less than. You are not inadequate in any sort of way. They just do not have the capacity to fully create relationships. They just really lack that ability. And you deserve to be treated well, and you deserve a whole relationship. So I hope that this sheds some light and some understanding to help you identify and move on, and look for those qualities in some of the new people that you meet, so that you're not further jeopardized and victimized. Peace out. Peace and harmony here with you today. Please share, subscribe for people who really need some help in this area. Have a beautiful day.